My fiancé brought a homeless friend to live in my house without asking, then called the cops on me when I tried to make him leave. So context. I've been with my fiancée Qley for almost 5 years, living together for 3 in the townhouse I bought before we met. I'm a construction engineer in Colorado Springs, pretty stable career, while Qley has been pursuing photography storytelling for the past 5 years. And when I say pursuing, I mean she makes less than $1,000 a year from it. I've been covering everything: mortgage, utilities, food, and probably $8,000 worth of camera equipment over the years. Look, I know how this sounds already, but I loved her. She's passionate, creative, always talking about her artistic vision and healing through photography. I admired that free spirit thing, you know. I proposed to her 3 weeks ago at this lookout point in the Rockies during sunset. She cried, said yes, the whole thing. It was perfect. Then the next morning she started showing me Pinterest boards for mountain luxury retreats. The venue alone was $40,000. I make good money, but I'm not dropping that on one day, especially when I'm the only one with an income. When I suggested something smaller, she hit me with the "you don't value what's important to me" speech. That should have been my first red flag, but here's where it gets absolutely insane. 2 days ago, I left work early because we finished a site inspection ahead of schedule. I got home around 3 p.m., and there was this guy sitting on my living room floor with Qley. They had got a whole charcuterie board spread out, you know, the expensive stuff I bought for us, and they were just hanging out like it was totally normal. The guy has messy curly hair, wearing hemp bracelets, one of those loose linen shirts. Qley lit up when she saw me. "Ethan, you're home. This is Luca. Remember my creative soulmate from high school I told you about? I have never heard this name before in my life." No. "Who is this?" She got this panicked look and Luca jumped in. "Bro, Qley told me I could stay here for a bit, just until I find my direction again." "Sorry, what?" I pulled Qley into the kitchen. That's when she dropped it on me. Luca is a freelance filmmaker who's been couch surfing for 6 months because he can't find work. And apparently she already told him he could stay in my house for 2 to 3 weeks. She'd already set up my home office as his bedroom without asking me. When I said absolutely not, she completely flipped the script on me, told me I was being a control freak, that I don't understand what artists need, and that I always put money before people. Then came the real kicker. Real men don't get this insecure when their fiancé has male friends. She wouldn't listen. Fine, then I'd handle this myself. I walked back out and told Luca he needed to leave. He stood up, gave me this condescending smile and said, "She invited me, bro. I'm not going anywhere." I pulled out my phone to call the police. That's when Luca shoved me, hard, right in the chest. I told him not to touch me again. He shoved me a second time, harder. The third time he came at me, I reacted. I've been training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for 7 years. I caught him in an arm lock and controlled him until he stopped resisting. His elbow hyperextended and he started screaming. Qley went nuclear. "Oh my God, Ethan, you just attacked him. I'm calling the police." And she did. But here's the thing, she lied. She told 911 that I snapped and attacked her friend for no reason. That Luca was just sitting there talking when I came at him. I just stared at her. "Qley, seriously?" She stared right back at me and kept lying. Didn't even blink. The cops came. Qley and Luca both gave statements saying I attacked him unprovoked. I tried to explain about the shoving, but there were 2 of them against 1 of me. They took me down to the station for questioning on a pending assault charge. I called my sister Sophie from the station. She's always been the practical one in the family. When I told her what happened, she didn't even hesitate. "You need to get away from her, Ethan. She will destroy your entire life." I'm staying with Sophie now while the investigation continues. I have a lawyer consultation tomorrow morning. Qley has been texting me nonstop, saying I overreacted and that I should come home and we can all talk like adults. I don't even know what to think. 5 years with this woman. I was going to marry her, and she just lied to the police without hesitation to protect some random guy she brought into my house. What the hell do I do here? Edit. Thank you all for the reality check. Reading these comments is making me see things I should have seen years ago. For everyone asking about the BJJ thing, I never wanted to hurt him. You learn control in training. An arm lock is a restraint technique, not meant to break anything. His elbow hyperextended because he kept resisting against it. If I'd wanted to actually hurt him, I would have. People keep asking if Qley ever contributed financially. The honest answer: she bought groceries exactly twice in 3 years. Both times she made a huge deal about it and wanted me to acknowledge how she was stepping up. Each time was maybe $80. Update 1. I can't believe I'm back here already. It's been 48 hours since my last post and things have escalated in ways I couldn't have imagined. First, my lawyer meeting yesterday went well. She's confident that once we present my side with evidence, the assault charge won't stick. But she warned me to document everything and to be very careful about any interactions with Qley or Luca. So I needed to get some clothes and work documents from the house. My lawyer advised me to go with a police escort, but I figured I'd just be in and out, grab my stuff and leave. Biggest mistake. I got there around 5 p.m. yesterday, let myself in with my key. And there they were, Qley and Luca stretched out on my couch, eating my food, watching my TV. There were pizza boxes everywhere, empty beer bottles on the coffee table. It looked like they had been having a great time. Luca saw me first. "Hey man. Be cool, let's talk like adults about this." Qley sat up and I couldn't even describe the look on her face. Not guilty, not apologetic, defensive. "This is our home, Ethan. I get to make decision too. He's staying." I was standing there just absorbing this. The audacity. I told them I was just there to pack some things, but now I wanted both of them out within the hour. That's when I remembered my lawyer's advice about documentation. I reached into my jacket and hit record on my phone's voice memo app, then left it in my pocket. "Qley, you filed a false police report," I said clearly. "You both lied about what happened." Luca laughed. "Dude, I only shoved you twice. You broke my arm over nothing." "I didn't break your arm, it was hyperextended from you resisting." Qley jumped in. "We had to protect ourselves. You were being aggressive." I kept my voice level. "So you're admitting you lied to the police?" There was this pause. Then Qley said something that made my blood run cold. "We'll lie again if we have to." I had everything I needed. I pulled out my phone, stopped the recording, and immediately backed it up to 3 different cloud services right there while they watched. They both went white. You recorded us." Qley's voice cracked. "Sure did. Colorado's a one-party consent state. I can record any conversation I'm part of." I pulled up my phone and dialed 911 again. Qley started panicking. "Ethan, wait, please don't do this. We'll leave right now." Luca was on his feet. "Come on, man, just delete that," the operator answered. I gave them my address and said, "I have 2 individuals currently trespassing in my home who have just admitted on recording to filing a false police report against me. I need officers here immediately." Qley tried grabbing my phone. I stepped back. "Give me the ring back," I said. "What?" "The $2,800 engagement ring. Give it back now. It's mine." "Not legally. Not after a false police report and you actively trespassing in my home. Not when I call off the engagement right now." She screamed at me for a solid minute. Then she ripped the ring off her finger and threw it at the wall. I heard it hit the baseboard. Police showed up 6 minutes later, 2 officers who actually remembered the original call from 2 days ago. When I played them the recording, I watched their entire demeanor change. One officer told Qley and Luca to step outside. The other one took my statement and copied the audio file to his phone. He looked at me and said, "We're going to be filing charges. This is a serious offense." Qley and Luca were removed from the property. The officers told them if they returned without a court order, they'd be arrested for trespassing immediately. After everyone left, I found the ring. No damage, thank God. Then I changed every lock on the house, called a security camera company, and they're installing a system tomorrow. My lawyer says the recording plus the trespassing gives us a strong case to not only dismiss the assault charge against me, but to pursue charges against them. Sophie came over this morning and helped me clean up the mess they left. She found a whole stash of Qley's stuff in my office-turned-bedroom, including a journal where she'd written about how she and Luca were cosmically connected, and how I was blocking her artistic ascension. There was also a draft of a GoFundMe post she was planning to launch called "Help Me Leave My Controlling Partner" with a goal of $15,000. I photographed every page. My lawyer meeting is tomorrow to discuss next steps. She's confident this is going to swing heavily in my favor now. I keep thinking about that moment when Qley said, "We'll lie again if we have to." She didn't even hesitate. That's what's really hitting me. I was going to marry someone who could look me in the eye and destroy my life without a second thought. Thanks for all the support, Reddit. I'll update again once I know more about the legal situation. Edit. For everyone asking about the journal, my lawyer said it's admissible. It was in my home, in my office, and it directly pertains to the false allegations made against me. It shows premeditation for financial exploitation. I found the ring behind the baseboard heater. Stone is fine, band has a tiny dent. Local jeweler says it's an easy fix and they'll have it done in 2 days. Not sure what I'll do with it yet, but at least it's not damaged. Update 2. It's been a week since my last update and the legal situation has developed fast. My lawyer said I could share the basics now that formal charges have been filed. The district attorney's office reviewed everything: the recording, the timeline, statements from my neighbor who saw the whole confrontation through his window, and the journal entries Qley left behind. Last Friday, they filed charges against both Qley and Luca. Qley is being charged with filing a false police report and trespassing. Luca is getting hit with filing a false report, trespassing, and assault for shoving me twice before I defended myself. The DA told my lawyer that the recording where they admitted to lying sealed it completely. The assault charge against me was dropped entirely, officially cleared, but here's where it gets even messier. Qley had been volunteering at this small art gallery in Old Colorado City for the past 2 years. She loved to tell people she worked at a gallery, even though it was unpaid. When word got out about the charges, the gallery owner called her and said they couldn't have someone associated with filing false police reports representing their space. She's off their contact list. Her family found out through Facebook of all places. Someone Qley went to high school with saw my post being discussed in a Colorado Springs drama group and recognized her. Her mom called me 3 days ago, absolutely distraught. She had no idea any of this was happening. She apologized to me like 20 times and said Qley had told her family that I was being controlling about money, but never mentioned Luca, the lies, or the charges. I gave her the basics and sent her the recording. She cried. Then she said something that stuck with me. "I don't know who my daughter became." Qley's mom told me that Qley is currently living back at her house in Albuquerque. She's under a court order for 40 hours of community service and 6 months probation. If she violates it in any way, she's looking at actual jail time. As for Luca, the guy completely imploded. Turns out he had been trying to network in the Colorado indie film scene for the past year. After the charges went public, every filmmaker and production group in the area blacklisted him. He posted this long, rambling apology on Instagram about taking accountability for his actions, but then tried to spin it as I was just defending my friend who I thought was in danger. Nobody bought it. Especially after the recording leaked, not from me. I think Qley or Luca sent it to someone trying to get sympathy and it backfired. Last I heard from mutual contacts, Luca moved to Utah and took a warehouse job just to pay rent. His Instagram went private after he got roasted in the comments for 2 days straight. Qley kept texting me for a few days after charges were filed. The messages went from begging to angry to bargaining. "We had something real. You know I loved you. This will ruin my life. Please drop the charges." I didn't respond to any of it. My lawyer advised complete no contact. Then she sent one last message. "I hope you're happy. You destroyed me." I blocked her number after that. I'm not happy about any of this. I'm not celebrating that she's got community service or that Luca's career is tanked. I just wanted them out of my house and to stop lying about me. They made their choices. They decided to lie to police, to try to ruin my reputation, to use my home and my money without any respect. The consequences they're facing now, those are the natural result of their own actions. Some people from the BJJ gym found out what happened and reached out. They've been incredibly supportive. A few of them offered to help if I needed anything, which meant a lot. It's weird how you find out who your real friends are during something like this. My sister Sophie has been a rock through all this. She helped me clean out the last of Quinn's stuff from the house, donated most of the camera equipment she left behind to a youth photography program downtown. Figured someone who actually wants to work in photography could use it. I changed my number last week, started fresh. The house feels different now, emptier, but in a good way, like I'm finally able to breathe. I go back to work on Monday. My boss knows the basics and has been cool about me taking time to handle the legal stuff. Honestly, focusing on something normal like structural engineering calculations sounds pretty great right now. I still can't fully process that Qley was willing to destroy my life to protect some guy she brought into my house without asking. 5 years together and she didn't hesitate for a second when it came down to it. That's the part that keeps me up at night, but I'm getting there. One day at a time. Edit. Someone asked about Luca's arm. He went to urgent care the night of the incident. No broken bones, no torn ligaments. Just inflammation from the hyperextension. He was fine within a few days but milked it for the false report. The engagement ring is getting repaired this week. I'm going to sell it and use the money to buy new living room furniture. Everything in there has too many memories attached to it. Final update. Okay Reddit, I really thought my last post was going to be the end of this saga. I was wrong. It's been about 2 months since the charges were filed and things had been quiet. Qley completed her community service. I sold the engagement ring and bought a new couch and coffee table, and I've been rebuilding my life piece by piece. Work has been great. I actually got promoted to project lead last month after finishing a major commercial development ahead of schedule. Started training at the BJJ gym 4 times a week instead of 2, which has been therapeutic as hell. I changed every lock, installed a security system, and the house finally feels like mine again. I also met someone. Her name's Alicia, she's 31, works as a nurse practitioner. We met at the climbing gym about 6 weeks ago when I decided to try something new. She's independent, has her own place, her own career, and genuinely made me laugh for the first time in months on our first coffee date. We've been seeing each other pretty regularly. Nothing too serious yet, just taking it slow and actually enjoying getting to know someone who has their life together. So yesterday, Alicia and I were at my place watching a movie when someone knocked on the door around 7 p.m. I checked the Ring camera. It was Qley. She was holding this massive canvas, probably 3 feet by 4 feet, wrapped in brown paper. I immediately tensed up. Alicia noticed. "Who is it?" "My ex, the one who lied to police." "Yeah," she stood up. "Want me to leave?" "No, actually stay. She needs to see I've moved on." I opened the door but kept the security screen closed. Qley looked different, thinner, hair shorter, wearing this flowing dress thing that looked like she bought it from a festival vendor. "Ethan," she said, her voice soft, "I know you don't want to see me, but I needed to give you this." She held up the wrapped canvas. "I made it for you. It's my healing journey. I've been doing a lot of work on myself, seeing a therapist, and I realized how much I hurt you. This piece. It's my way of saying I'm sorry. Qley, you're violating the no-contact agreement. Please, just take it. You don't have to forgive me. Just let me apologize properly." I was about to shut the door when Alicia stepped into view behind me. Qley's entire demeanor changed instantly. "Who is that?" "That's none of your business. You need to leave." "You replaced me." Her voice went shrill. "It's been 2 months. Qley, leave now." She tried to open the security screen. It was locked. Then she started yanking on it. "I'm apologizing and you bring another woman out here." Alicia, calm as anything, walked past me, unlocked the screen, and opened it. Qley stumbled forward slightly. Before I could even process what was happening, Alicia grabbed the canvas from Qley's hands. "He doesn't want your healing journey art." Then she broke it over Qley's head. Not hard enough to hurt her, just hard enough that the wooden frame cracked and the canvas tore. It was honestly impressive. Qley screamed and lunged at Alicia. Alicia, who apparently has some kind of self-defense training I didn't know about, sidestepped, and Qley fell onto my front steps. I immediately pulled out my phone and called 911 for the third time in this whole mess. Qley got up, absolutely hysterical, mascara running down her face. "You assaulted me. Both of you, I'm pressing charges." The 911 operator could hear everything. I calmly told them. My ex-fiancée showed up at my house in violation of our no-contact agreement, tried to force her way in, and attacked my girlfriend when she removed the ex's property from my doorway. 2 police cars showed up within 8 minutes. One of the officers was the same guy from the second incident when I called them about the trespassing. He took one look at the situation and sighed. "Mr. Chen, is this the same individual from the previous reports?" "Yes, sir." They pulled up the case history right there, talked to both me and Alicia, reviewed my Ring doorbell footage that showed the whole thing, Qley trying to force the screen, Alicia taking the canvas, Qley lunging. The officer told Qley she was in violation of the court order and that she could either leave immediately or be arrested. She tried to argue that I let her come over by answering the door. That's when the officer explained that my property has a no trespassing order against her and that showing up at all was the violation. Qley started crying and saying she just wanted closure. The officer was done. "Ma'am, you need to leave now." She left, but not before screaming at me from the sidewalk. "I loved you. This is all your fault." After everyone left, Alicia and I looked at the broken canvas lying on my porch. It was this weird avant-garde portrait of my face done in aggressive brush strokes with the words "Release your control" painted across my forehead. "Your ex is insane," Alicia said. "Yeah. I'm sorry I broke her art on her head." "Don't be." That was kind of awesome. We threw the canvas in the trash and finished our movie. This morning, my lawyer called. Qley violated her probation by showing up at my house. There's now a formal restraining order being filed, like a real one that goes on her record. If she comes near me again, it's an automatic arrest. My lawyer also mentioned that Qley could face additional charges if Alicia wanted to press them for the attempted assault, but Alicia said she just wants it to be over. So here we are. Case actually closed this time. I packed up the last box of Qley's random stuff she'd left behind, some art supplies, a few books, a scarf, and I'm shipping it to her mom's address in Albuquerque. After that, there's nothing of hers left in my house. I've been thinking about everything that's happened over the past couple months. Qley and Luca tried to destroy my life with a shove and a lie, but in the end, they destroyed their own lives. I didn't ruin Qley. She ruined herself by choosing to lie to police, to manipulate, to refuse accountability at every turn. All I did was turn on the lights so she could see the consequences of her own actions. My promotion starts officially next week. Alicia and I are going hiking in Rocky Mountain National Park this weekend. I'm training for a BJJ competition in December. The new couch is incredibly comfortable. Life is genuinely good now. Edit. Since people are asking, yes, Alicia knows the full story now. We had a long talk about everything after Qley left. She's not scared off. In fact, her exact words were, "If anything, it shows you have good boundaries now." Thanks for following this wild journey, Reddit. I'm logging off now. Time to actually move forward with my life.